Hello, all, and welcome. And I am the realist philosopher. And this is Stupid Shit People Say, volume number 5, special female solipsism edition. So, how y'all doing today? Hope you're all doing good, fine, and well. So, in this episode of Stupid Shit People Say, I want to focus specifically on the stupid shit that women not only say, but actually believe in regards to why they're still single and why they just can't find a good guy. So I came across this Reddit forum called Where Are All the Good Men? And apparently it's a forum devoted to calling women out on their crazy nonsense, their solipsism, their total lack of understanding of why they're still single. Essentially, it's guys, I guess, and maybe some women, I don't know, but mostly guys who are posting, news articles or, memes of posts that women have made on Tinder and, maybe some other dating websites and Instagram and all this, where they're complaining about being single, they're complaining about not being able to find a man, they don't know why they're still single, what's going on, where are all the good men, why can't I find a good man, there's no good men out there anymore, and they fail to see that the problem is them. The good men are there, they just don't appear for you because you don't see them, okay? You're wearing some spectacles that make all the good men invisible, right? And then all you see are these tattooed up Chad dudes, and it's like, where are the good men? I've already identified the Chads is not good, but I don't see anybody else. Yeah, I want you to take off those glasses that only allow you to see the Chads. No, I can't do that. I don't know how to do that. Nor do I know how to fashion a pair of spectacles that will allow me to see the good guys. Well, that's your problem. That's not my problem, honey. So this is a hilarious Reddit forum, and it's just post after post after post of women complaining about being single. And they're just, bemoaning this fact, and they don't know why they can't find Mr. Right, as if there is such a thing. So I wanted to review some of these and give you my take, because I thought it'd be pretty funny. So why don't we jump right into it by starting with this first post that I thought was amusing. And it looks like it's from another Reddit, so somebody screenshotted it and put it on here. There's so many Reddits. I mean, it's unbelievable. Reddit is awesome, by the way. It's pretty funny. There's a little bit of everything on Reddit. So listen to this. So 26-year-old female looking for a man. She says, I've never been this honest before about my personal shit, and it's a long post. I'm telling you right now, it's something. It's something. I gotta catch your attention because I'm an attention whore. I'm a thought at heart. But you should still want me because I'm a good woman, right? I'm a good woman. I've changed, and I'm something. You got some ego on you, honey. Though I do recommend you read it because it's a ride. You mean like you? You're a great ride, too. Yeah, chameleon. Chameleon! Yeah, she's telling you one thing and essentially is something else entirely. So she begins by saying, a little background on me, since a lot of my posts do a good job of saying something without actually saying anything at all. So they don't really do a good job at anything, except being expressionless and useless and a waste of space and a waste of your time to write them and a waste of our time to read them, I say. Though I do recommend you read it because it's a ride. I have a funny relationship with men. I did the whole men ain't shit thing and the whole he breathed in my general direction and so he must love me thing. I've never heard of either of these things. I've never been through either of these things. As you can imagine, none of those approaches worked out. No. Let's take a look at some of the causes of my dating habits. Now, of course, this is a woman's attempt at self-awareness, This is funny. At age 13, by this age, I had a woman's figure, and I got attention because of it. Before I could develop a healthy self-esteem. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Okay, so she's basically abdicating responsibility here. It's not her fault. It's men's fault for paying too much attention to her and giving her this rush of validation. How could she not grasp onto that? And of course, by the age of 13, self-esteem. What does that mean? What does it mean? That's a made-up word by the psychological community to get money out of your pocket. They tell you got low self-esteem. The cause of your problems is low self-esteem. Come give me some money and get some therapy. That didn't rhyme, but anyway. I realized I was validated according to my looks. Yeah, that's called reality. I ate that shit up and thus was doomed. You think that was your problem? Full disclosure, this was the year I realized the power of my breast. I also started my first real relationship. Okay. This was also the first time I was told by a guy I genuinely liked that he couldn't date me because his father would shoot him and then me. He said this midway through the hands in my pants and his tongue down my throat. Hot, right? Laugh out loud. Oh, boy. Yeah, she really sounds like she's changed. I still hooked up with him, but begrudgingly now. I'm black and he was white. Oh, you're black! Age 16. My real first time, it used to tell people I lost it at 13, which honestly I wasn't far off. I'm pretty sure I was in love. Says she's kind of proud of losing it at 13. I see. Why would you tell anybody that? I don't talk about that kind of stuff. Why would you do that? Oh, boy. So I'm pretty sure I was in love. Well, yeah, you were in love. I don't think you know what love is, honey. Anyway, this was toxic, and the apparent love of my life was soon to be diagnosed as sex addict. At 16? Guess he could have been older. There's no such thing, by the way. Sex addict. What a bunch of crap. Needless to say, I was accustomed to being cheated on, crying about it, and then moving on. At 16? I thought this was your first time. You were accustomed to being cheated on at 16? Oh, boy. You must be a pain in the ass. That's really why she can't find a good guy, because she's a bitch. Age 17, the cheater left me. I was still fucking him, just not with him. I was also... Wow. Notice the cavalier way she throws off these facts. Like she's talking about what she ate for lunch yesterday. There's no shame whatsoever. Yeah, she's really changed. I was also fucking someone my best friend once referred to as the city bike. Because everybody rides him. And some guy that got out of jail and transferred to my high school. 3 guys on rotation. I don't think I liked any of them. What? How can you ladies complain about there being no good guys? This is what you think is a good guy. Right? This is what you think of a good guy, and then you've changed your mind. Oh, I've had too many bad experiences with these guys that I thought were good, but I realized they were bad. Well, okay, but you've thought they were good your whole life. So now how do you identify the good ones? I mean, they're literally invisible to you. 18 in college. I started my list. It wasn't that long yet, but she had a bang list. Oh my God. Wow. This is somebody who has no identity. Literally no identity whatsoever. Sounds like some of those nutjob vegans. I mean, their whole identity is tied up in the vegan ideology, and if you took that away, they would literally have nothing. Nothing. So age 19 to 22, some boyfriends are somewhere in here, but it was where my body count really took off. If a guy like me, which I now understand was simple attraction, I thought sex would seal the deal, and they would get to know me more after. It doesn't work that way. And fall in love with me. Why? Why? It's very interesting how you ladies think that some man is just going to fall in love with you when you just throw the poon at him. I mean, you throw the punani at him, essentially, right away. That's telling him, that's all you've got to offer. That's all you're good for. So that's all I'm going to use you for. Oh, boy. Why didn't their single mothers teach them these things? Oh, that's right. Their single mothers don't know any of this because their single mothers are just like them. I promise you, almost every guy I thought I could have a relationship with, it never happened. Yeah, geez, big surprise. At best, they were regulars. Long term, I had 2 serious boyfriends, both of who I'm sure ran for the fucking hills. As soon as better options came along, or, well, when you became too much of a pain in the ass, bitching and moaning about why they didn't want to commit more to you. Age 22, I moved to Italy to start fresh and find love. Yeah, because that always works, right? Because, dirt's magical and all that. The whole idea, the old theory of magic soil. If I change locations, things will be different because, magic dirt. Yeah. Laugh out loud. Actually, it's not that funny. I found who I was, and I found respect. For who? You couldn't respect yourself. You're a piece of garbage. You're human trash. You pass yourself around like an old used hanky, and nobody wants to use that. Yeah, I want to use somebody else's used hanky. I don't think so. How do I respect something like that? Jesus Christ, you think that hanky respects itself? Get the fuck out of here. Especially if the hanky is the one that's passing itself around to all these fucking disgustingly sick, phlegm-hacking losers. No one was giving it to me, but also I wasn't demanding it. One more fucked up sex experience, and I woke the hell up, 50-plus guys too late. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. 50 guys by the age of 50 plus. So, 50 plus could be a million. A million's over 50. 1,000 is over 50. 100 is over 50. So we don't really know how many. She's just cutting off an actual number at 50. She won't say how many. Presently, I slowed down. Today, now, way down. I made sex a rule. Huh? Every guy I met at the bar, she thinks she's changed. She's going to bars to meet men. Yeah. Because you're going to meet your Prince Charming at a bar, and every right swiped dude on Tinder got the 5-date rule. You're using Tinder and going to bars. Yeah, you're going to meet a great guy that way, honey. No bad boys there who are going to fuck with your head and break your heart. A lot didn't make it to 5. A 5-date rule? Who are you? Who the fuck are you? I love it. I love it. She thinks she's so great she can redefine the rules. Sweetheart, your whole sexual liberation, wanky, crazy, Catwoman, feminist movement bullshit created the 3-date rule, okay? All right? That rose out of the whole fucking sexual liberation. You think you could just change the fucking rules that all of the promiscuous women that came before you who thought they could be like men and found out they can't, created? You think you could do that? You think you could change the 3-date rule? Fuck off, bitch. I'm not waiting 5 dates. Kiss my ass. A lot didn't make it to 5. Yeah, why? Why? What qualities do you have? But the one that did was a fantastic guy and so kind. And I kind of had is this what it's like to be with someone who respects you? It was like, oh, shit. The guys I told about the rule made it seem like a challenge, so I stopped announcing it. Why would you do that? Why would you announce that? Are you an idiot? Unfortunately, in the middle of dating, they're essentially going to stick around until the 5th date and then leave you, right? Because you're too much of a pain in the ass. In the middle of dating this wonderful person, I got crazy sick and ended up hospitalized for almost a year. I wonder if that had something to do with all the sex she was having. Of course, she didn't tell us the illness. So wild. Right now, I'm bouncing back. The recovery has been a monster, but I'm doing it. I shut myself off for 2 years, and can you believe it, even stopped having sex? I know, crazy, right? Yeah. I'm ready to date again, but I don't know what I want. But I know what I want. Oh, I misread that. Sorry. You know what you want, really? What do you want? Can you tell us what you want? I bet she couldn't put it to words. I guarantee you that the words respect me, and that's it. I want a man who's nice and respects me. Yeah, that's it. That's all about you. That's not about him. I wonder if she understands that, the narcissist that she is, that all the things she's wanting in a guy have to do with her and nothing to do with him. She really doesn't know what she wants. I know how I'm supposed to be treated. See, I told you. I love it. I'm just going to look at how it treats me. I'm not going to look at any virtues he might have or what values he has. No, it's all about me. So even when we're talking about the things that she thinks she knows she wants in a man, it's still about her. But I've learned, and I know how to treat someone. No, you don't. You don't even know how to know other people. How the hell are you going to know how to treat them? You don't know how to treat people. You don't even treat yourself well. I actually prefer online dating because it cuts a lot of bullshit out. Online dating. Yeah. That's where post-wall chicks go to die and get pity fucks and go and join those chubby chaser forums, because they put on a lot of weight, because they're all so depressed because, they're post-wall now and the men don't want them as much anymore, so they just eat Haagen-Dazs every night. So the only men they can get are the ones that like fatties. It also gives me the chance to say things like this as a preface. My hope is that the right guy... She doesn't. What does that mean, right guy? It's like women have this universal definition, but it's not a definition because people are individuals. There's no such thing as some kind of collective ideal of what makes a good fucking man. There's only what makes a good man for you. But any relationship that you have has to be based on virtues. If you have no virtue and he has no virtues, then it's going to be a pitiable, empty relationship that is not stable and will not last because it is built on a foundation of sand. Mr. Right would see something like this and think maybe she's worth getting to know. Bitch, please. If Mr. Right saw this, he'd be running. The right guy won't send me a bullshit generic message. You mean like the generic message you just talked about? This generic message, in my opinion, is very generic. I've seen this 100 fucking times. And everything you're saying in it's pretty fucking generic. You mean like that? Apparently, if it's big, then it's not generic in her mind. The right guy won't send me a bullshit generic message. The right guy will say something that's worth responding to. Yeah, because you're the arbiter of what's worth responding to, right? Yeah. But she's not saying what? Oh, I won't tip the guys off, right? Because then I'll have guys sending me the very message I say that I wanted. Yeah. The right guy will also have a past of his own. The journey he's proud he went on. So I want somebody as fucked up and dysfunctional as me, but who's now grown as much as I have, meaning 0. Woo! Wow, what a clueless bitch. Ah, boy. The right guy wants a partner and someone to grow with. Right, because she knows that any man that's actually a good man wouldn't want anything to do with her. Yeah. The right guy is looking for the last girl he'll ever date. No, he's not. What are you talking? What? Wait, what? You mean the right guy for you because you're the last guy anybody would want to date? So you got to try and use a word salad, clever arguments, like what you think are clever arguments to try and get him to date you. Manipulative. The right guy is looking for the last girl he'll ever date. What does that mean? What does that mean? That doesn't mean anything. That makes no sense. And understand that it comes with patience and a fuck ton of heart. What? You know, that sounds surprisingly like that old saying, if you can't handle her at her worst, you don't deserve her at her best. I mean, that's essentially what she's saying here. So, I'm a real pain in the ass. You won the lottery with me. Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, the right guy can read my fucked up post and take away all the important messages and some of the ridiculous ones too. I've taken away all of them. You're a fucking load. Red flags are popping up everywhere. Yeah, that fucking guy at the racetrack is waving around a red flag. Danger, danger, danger. There's a smash up in front of you. A whole bunch of fucking cars crashed. You're going to die if you keep going. Flags are waving everywhere. Please, don't message me if you aren't prepared to dig through my shit. Get a feel for me. Wait a second. Who gets into a relationship to dig through shit? I don't get into a relationship to dig through shit. I get into a relationship to have fun and enjoy myself. What do I want to dig through shit for? Who out there gets into a fucking relationship to dig through somebody else's garbage? Yeah, you got into a relationship with some broad, you get back to her house and she hands you a shovel. Oh, there's a big pile of shit in my backyard. Would you mind shoveling it into the big, gigantic motherfucking truck that's going to haul it away? It should only take about 2 days. And after that, I'll have another nice little chore for you. Yeah. Where do I sign up for this special broad? Oh, my God. She's deluded. She's deluded. And broads are wondering why they can't find a man. Oh, my God. I spent too much time on this one. This was pretty funny, though. This gives you a window, though, into the mind of your modern-day promiscuous chick. Clueless. Anyhow, moving on. So this next post, oh, this is great. I don't know where this is from. It looks like it's from a dating website, and it's called Triplet Mom. And there's some redacted parts. I guess those are the ones that identify her, maybe her name or city or something. All right. Little bar that says contact this user. Okay, so I guess this is from a dating website. All right, about her. I'm a non-smoker with a few extra pounds. Wow, already I'm thinking what a catch. Details. 33-year-old female post-wall. It's amazing. You know, if women only knew how men actually think the same way that we know how they think, it's very funny. Women like to talk about how men can in any way, shape, or form talk about anything female, and yet they spend all day talking about men and they have no clue how we think. Meanwhile, we have logic, we have reason, we have critical thinking, we have actual empathy. You know, we have imaginations. We can put ourselves in their shoes. We know how they think. So, 33-year-old female, she's looking for a relationship. She has a crafty personality. I don't know what that means. What does that mean, crafty? Manipulative? So she's a Caucasian and a Scorpio. Like, I give a fuck. I don't put any stock in that fucking astrology bullshit. Education, high school grad. Oh, that's a big surprise. And she's a full-time mom. M-U-M, mom. Oh, boy, this must be from the UK. All right. And guess what? She's got not 1, 2, 3, but 4 motherfucking kids. That's right. 4. Who out there is interested? Anybody? Anybody? So she's seeking a man. You can drink socially. Yeah, I bet you this broad needs the booze, that's for sure. Her hair color is black. She has no car. Longest relationship over 3 years. Is that the maximum? Jesus Christ, I've been in much longer than that. What is this? So is that what's considered long-term these days? Like all these dating websites, is the maximum you can choose is 3 or more years? Wow. Things have really declined. My fucking grandparents were married for like fucking 60. Good God. I can imagine what they would think looking at one of these websites. What's your maximum? 3 years? Fuck! I've been with you for 62. It's pathetic. You people are pathetic. Young people today. So she's looking for friends. Yeah, right. Do you want children? She prefers not to say. Yes, she's had her fill. She said, well, maybe not. I bet you she could be convinced to have more if you got money. So she can suck some child support out of you. Does she do drugs? No. And she has blue eyes. Oh, ooh, wow. Yeah, that's a deal sealer there. Does she have children? Yes. But it says she's ambitious. Really? If you're so ambitious, honey, what the hell are you doing popping out kids, huh? Without a husband, right? And by the way, she has a 3-year-old son and triplet boys. So until the age of 30, she was a high school graduate who had essentially done nothing with her life. And then at 30, got pregnant. And from there, had 4 kids. Wow. Yeah, so ambitious. So about me, I have a 3-year-old son and triplet boys. If that doesn't scare you to death already, drop me a message. Wow. You would have to be so fucking desperate. I mean, honestly. I mean, unless you have a giant, gargantuan cock. That hole is going to be so loose, it's like throwing a fucking hot dog down a hallway. Good God, 4 kids in such a short period of time? Holy shit, you wouldn't even feel it when you go into that thing. Jesus Christ. I would be like, am I in yet? Am I in yet? She'd be like, yeah, you've been in for 5 minutes. What the fuck? I had no idea. Holy shit. I understand it may seem a bit desperate to be looking for someone when I have 6-week-old triplets. What the fuck? She's posting a dating... Oh, what? Wait, what? She's posting a dating profile after having 3 kids at the same fucking time. And this was only 6 weeks ago. Wow. Just wow. So I think we know how she makes her living. Yeah, so I think if you're a man looking for some broad who wants to get knocked up by you so she can get more welfare cheddar, this is the one. More welfare cheddar and her hand in your wallet forever. She goes on to say, but I've been single since I was 6 weeks pregnant. Oh, well, wow. Such a paragon of virtue. And I may as well have been single before my deadbeat ex. Yeah, because he's so horrible, but you picked him. I love these women. They talk so bad about these guys they picked as if it's this horrible guy. It's this horrible guy. I'm not responsible. It's his fault. I have no man. It's not my fault because I picked deadbeats. I bought some bad fish. I smelled it. I knew it was bad, but I cooked it up anyway and ate it. It's the fish's fault that I got sick. Yeah, okay, honey. Yeah. Before my deadbeat ex left, looking for someone that prefers staying in to going out. He's a deadbeat because he wanted a broad that was essentially stable and would stay home and be more of a homebody because, guess what? She's got 4 fucking kids to take care of. Oh, he wanted you to stop partying. Oh, that evil bastard. So she goes on to say, I'd like to meet a bloke that enjoys... Yeah, this is the UK. I'd like to meet a bloke that enjoys family life. What are you talking about? He enjoys family life. You mean you want him to stay at home while you go out and drink with the ladies and look for Mr. Goodbar? The next Mr. Goodbar? I see. That enjoys family life and preferably likes helping around the house. Ooh, gentlemen. Great. Wow, she's a real catch, you know. She's a real catch. Yeah, listen to this language. There's a lot of information there that you might not be catching. So in addition to taking care of her bastard kids, they're not yours. They'll never be yours. They'll resent you. They'll hate you forever. Okay? You're not my real daddy. You're not my daddy. Where's my daddy? I know my daddy. And you're not him. I like him. I don't like you. Oh, boy. Wow. Sign me up. Sign me up right away. Yeah. This is a contract I want to enter into. Yeah, sure. Yeah, so not only would you have years and years of that kind of fun, of having kids constantly hating you, but, yeah, you'd have to take care of her kids, help out around the house, clean up. I mean, she has no job. They're her kids. She has no job. So you get to take care of all of them and be resented for it. Great. Not only that, but she wants a guy that does DIY. Do it yourself, because my house is falling apart, you know, and the deadbeat guy who is a deadbeat because he wanted a more traditional whammon left me because I'm too much of a slut, too much of a whore to stay home with my 4 kids. Yeah. Woo! This is fucking great, man. I love this site. I love this site. Ideally, I'd like someone who isn't into football, and please, no perverts. Wow. Oh, yeah. Yeah, because you can afford to be picky, right? Yeah, you got 4 kids at 33. So your mega post wall, you've accelerated the pace of going toward that wall. I mean, the women with really good genes, who take care of themselves, uber big time, they can make it to about 35 before they hit the wall. Some broads have even done it, extended it to like 40, right? But this broad, oh my God, no. You ought to see these pictures. Not that attractive a broad. And 4 kids, so. Yeah, no, each one of those kids ticks off about a 2 on the sexual marketplace scale. So 4 kids, even if she was a 10, she'd be like a 2. Okay? Even if you were starting out at 10, honey, you'd be a 2 on the sexual marketplace value scale. And you're maybe like a 5, or you were maybe like a 6 when you were younger with makeup. So now you're like what? It's amazing to me. You're like a -4. Tess Holliday's looking better than you. Woo! I love it. Yeah. All right, moving on. I wonder if anybody ever sends messages to these broads with links to some of the replies people make. When people take a screenshot of their post and put it on a Reddit forum like this. I wonder if anybody ever does that. Maybe help wake these women up. Get them to see how unrealistic they're being, how delusional they are. Probably not. All right, this next one. Listen to this. Mom of 3 likes to party, but she's looking for something serious now. So you'll have to put in the effort to be patient. And be patient. She isn't here to fuck around anymore. Listen to this. I think this is from Tinder. So, she likes random kisses. She actually responds to your texts. Big deal. She likes to cuddle and eat lots of snacks. She's fat. She's fat. Okay. So she's 28, 1.73 centimeters, so 173 centimeters. That's pretty tall, actually. Huh. Is that 173 centimeters, 1.73 centimeters? Wow, okay. 173. Well, that's actually quite tall. Fuck. And she's 62 kg. That's. Wait a second. What? Yeah, isn't that big? That's big, right? I mean, she is kind of tall, but that's a big girl. Yeah, she's fat. Yeah. So it says, I like parties and festivals. My favorite drink is tequila. Oh, she's fat. Yeah. A lot of empty calories there to match her empty head. I'm the mother of 3 kids. Whoa. Yeah. Mother of 3. Yeah. My God. And it's a little heart beside that. How does I don't understand this, ladies. I don't know. I guess most women are leftists. Well, most women are feminists, so they're leftists. They live in this little, echo chamber bubble where they're all telling each other it's perfectly okay, perfectly fine to be a single mother. And there's plenty of guys out there who should and do want a single mom. Don't worry, you'll find someone. Yeah. That's feminism for you, keeping men and women apart for 50, 60 years now, which is the whole point. So she goes on to say, I'm not here to fuck around as opposed to before when you were. So why do I want to know you? So before you were fun, now you're not fun. You don't want to fuck around now, which is exactly what I'm looking for. But you wanted to fuck around before. I want something serious. You can't fuck around when you're serious? Fuck. So she equates sex with being not serious. I see. Don't ask for more pictures. Yeah, she's fat. I will never send you nudes. I was never into that anyway. If I'm going to see some broad nude that I'm dating, I want to see her, like, in front of me. What the fuck do I want nudes from you for? If I want to see nude, I'm going to watch an actual porno, okay? If you want to date me, you'll have to put in the effort and have patience. What? Why? You have low sexual marketplace value. You're like a minus on that scale, okay? The only guys that are going to be interested in you are pedo dudes that want access to your kids, all right? Those are the only ones. It's great that women actually think that men don't have standards. And this, by the way, is why they try to convince men, make men, indoctrinate men, program men to not have standards. They always moan and wail and decry men having standards. Meanwhile, you got women running around. They know how tall they want the man to be. They know what kind of body type they want him to have. They know what kind of car, roughly speaking, as far as the value of the car they want him to drive. Some women actually have a specific brand car he needs to be driving for her to date him. How much money he should be making a year. They got this fucking laundry list of requirements. But you a man, you're not allowed to have any requirements. Of course, that's the self-entitled nature of feminists. And they want you to follow that script. Do as I say, bitch, not as I do. Yeah, don't. Have some fucking standards. And these ladies need to wake up, by the way, and realize that men do actually have some standards, And one of them is not dating single moms, especially women that have 3 kids at the age of 28. Fuck that. Meaning, don't fuck that. Get the hell out of there. All right, next. Yet another perfect example of female entitlement. Listen to this one. She's 24 and female. And it says, I'm bored. Entertain me. The face is X'd out. I guess the person who copied and pasted this didn't want to dox her in any way. That's considerate. Must be a man. I don't think a woman would be that considerate. They love to dox people and shame them. So, she's 24. She's bored. She wants you to entertain her. And also, she says, yes, I'm pregnant. Get this. She says, also, yes, I'm pregnant. No comma. She's real educated. No. And then there's no comma after the no. Oy vey. I don't want to hook up with you. What? Okay, so I'm looking at the picture. And for 24, she's kind of slovenly looking. She's got some of that, shoulder turkey waddle, chest turkey waddle. Choddle. Where between the intersection of the arm and the chest, there's a little bit of hanging flesh there that tells you you're dealing with somebody who's probably done no physical work in their entire life. So she's got choddle. Shoulder, chest intersection waddle. And, her body ain't too great either. And she's pregnant. Oh, boy! So you get to deal with her mood swings as well. And you should want to entertain her, right? Because she's a wayman. And it's your job as a man to entertain her, don't you know? Oh, my God. Who writes this? This is a real post, by the way. This woman is living in fantasy land. She actually thinks any men are going to answer this. You know, it's really sad. Some men might. It's really sad. Some dudes out there raised by single mommies, maybe abused, suffering from Stockholm syndrome at the hands of an overbearing feminist mommy, they might actually think this is normal and want to enter into a relationship with this broad. Too bad for you, pathetic losers. Next. All right, so this next post is a wonderful example of women trying to have it all and ending up with nothing. My fiancé, a 30-year-old male, has violated the boundaries of our open relationship. I'm confused. Doesn't having an open relationship mean you have no boundaries? I don't get this. How do you violate the boundaries of a no-boundary relationship? After beginning an emotional affair with a woman he was sleeping with. What? What does that mean? Emotional affair? I don't know what that means. See, this is solipsism at its best. Yeah, reality, there's no such thing as objective reality, all right? There's affairs and not affairs. So now it's an affair to, talk to a woman about emotion? I'm confused. Oh, sure. Reality's mutable, don't you know? Yeah, sure, now affairs are when you just have, interactions with women and talk about emotion. I see. Yeah, okay. So you have no problem. This is great. So she has no problem with him banging other broads, but, talking to other women about his feelings, that's a problem. Wow. Okay. Okay, honey. I think that's not your problem, all right? Your problem is that you don't have a problem with him banging other broads. How do I, a 28-year-old female, confront him and close our relationship and make it exclusive again? Oh, I love it. I love it. Great. Yeah. So essentially what you did was you opened up the relationship because you wanted to continue to ride the cock carousel while still having all the advantages of having this pathetic loser beta male around. But you found out that he wasn't so beta after all. And now that he's banging and enjoying his time with other women and maybe possibly forming close, meaningful connections to them that are more meaningful than the connection to you, and he might leave you. Well, now you want your provider dude to quit it. Stop it. I want to keep you for myself. I don't want you leaving me. I want you to stay here and pay my bills and support me. Be my emotional tampon. God damn it. She doesn't get to be, you don't get to be her emotional tampon. You're my emotional tampon. Yeah, okay. This is great. Yeah. So it turns out, honey, of course, she just wanted to ride the cock carousel, of course. So, but, wouldn't be right for me to be hopping on the cock carousel and not letting him do the same, right? Yeah. Because we feminists are all about equality. If I'm going to do that, he should be allowed to do the same. My fiance and I agreed to our open relationship last year. He's 30 and I'm 28. Yeah, he's already a loser. This guy's a fucking loser, cuck, wimp, simp, pathetic loser that he would agree to that. If a woman came up to me and said, "Can we have an open relationship?" What do you mean open? Polyamory. Bye. Bye. Relationship's over. I wouldn't even take time. I mean, if I had any shit in her house, I might grab it, but then I'd be out the door. Although I'd be smart enough not to leave too much there, right? Just enough that I could put in whatever backpack I have on me at the time. If a woman ever suggested this to you, it means she doesn't give a rat's ass about you. Hey, honey. It's like your wife coming up to you and say, "Hey, honey, you think we ought to whack our fucking baby's head off and sacrifice him to Satan?" What? You out of your fucking mind? I'm out of here. That kind of means she doesn't give a shit about your kid. Okay? Otherwise, she wouldn't be willing to whack his fucking head off. The same fucking thing goes here. If she's willing to boff other dudes and let you boff other women, she doesn't really care about you. Is he going to get out the fucking door? Post haste. Oh, boy. So she goes on to say, "We agreed to the rules and what they would be, and that we could sleep with others, but we would only have an emotional relationship with each other." I don't know what that means. What is this? Oh, yeah, because, reality conforms to your wants and your wishes and your needs, right? There's no reality except your choices, right? Yeah, I can control that. Yeah, I'm buffing some other dude, and he's buffing some other broad, but there's not going to ever be any kind of emotion. Yeah, you think you can control that? You think you can control that, huh? Good luck. She goes on to say, "We are due to marry this summer." Don't think so. If you marry this guy, you are... Oh, man, well, this guy, he's an idiot if he's with this broad to begin with. But I can tell you that marriage, if it happens, is going to end in divorce right quick. I've decided that I no longer wish to continue. It wasn't what you thought it would be. It wasn't what CNN told you it would be. Remember that article CNN wrote that polyamory can be good for a relationship? Yeah. The Cuck Network. Yeah, you no longer wish to continue because now your meal ticket, he might be having feelings for other chicks and might leave you. I want to close the relationship because I feel that it's affected our relationship. Why did you think about that before? I don't understand. How could anybody think this polyamory shit is a good deal? Oh, right. Stupid, dumbass millennial kids. Dummies. Dummies. She's still determining how to do this. "I have had purely sexual relationships with 4 men, and that was it." Well, you're probably a psycho. For psychos, it's very easy to have no emotional connection. "Nothing more. He was having sex with around 4 or 5 women, but there was nothing more to it. I have now discovered that he's been sleeping with just 1 woman for the last 3 months. Oh, my God! Her problem is that he's not sleeping around with enough broads. Oh, my God! What's happening to the world? We're living in clown world, man! What the fuck? This is insanity. After some snooping over a day or two, I found evidence that, oh, wow, she's real trusting, too. What is this? I don't understand this. What is there to snoop about? You gave permission to bang other broads, and now you're upset that he's not banging very many of them, but only one? What? This is insanity. You're insane, sweetheart. You are fucking insane. This is not normal. This is not normal. See, this is the problem. Society, young people are pushing things that are not normal and trying to normalize them. And now you get this kind of shit happen. She thinks this is normal. You are one dysfunctional human being, sweetheart. I'm sorry. And I don't care how much you normalize wackadoo shit, it's still abnormal. Ay, ay, ay. I found evidence that he's meeting her for evenings out and lunch. Yeah. It turns out she appreciates him and doesn't want to share him with other people and is probably encouraging him to leave you, which he ought to do. He WhatsApps her daily. WhatsApp, it's some kind of, social media, send text message app. He is emotionally involved. I don't know what that means. I don't know what does that mean? What does that mean? Oh my God. I'm still unsure to what extent, but I'm furious. This is so crazy. He's only banging one. Oh my. So of course I see what she's saying, that essentially he's only banging one. If he was banging 4 or 5 or 6, that would be proof that he's not emotionally attached to any of them. So for her as well, sex is nothing more than a physical act. It's not emotional in any way, shape, or form. And she thinks emotions can just be turned on and off like a spigot because she's a psycho. She's a psycho. Okay. I mean, men are better at this in regards to, detaching herself than women are. But, we're more cerebral. Women that can do this, they're nut jobs. They're psychos. I'm still unsure to what extent, but I'm furious because I have now found that he's taking her on a work trip with him. I don't think you're going to be getting married, sweetheart. He never said that he was not traveling alone. I have to put a stop to this before it happens. Put a stop to what? What are you talking about? You've got some vague, nebulous, abstract idea in your head of some kind of thing that you call an emotional relationship or emotionally involved. I don't know what it means. I don't think you know what it means either. So to tell him he has to stop because you've got this abstract idea in your head of something he's doing that he probably wouldn't even know what the fuck you're talking about? Ridiculous. You say goodbye to your relationship. How do I confront him? Don't. He didn't violate what you agreed to. And he must stop. No. What are you talking about? Oh, I see. So it's perfectly okay for you to hop from bed to bed to bed to bed to bed and bang tons and tons of fucking dudes and stretch out that poon. But it's not okay for him to bang just one broad. Are you seeing something radically dysfunctional here about what you're talking about? I don't want to marry him knowing he's emotionally attached to another woman. What is this disconnect here? I don't understand what's going on here. This is so bizarre. I can't make sense of this. He's emotionally attached to another woman who I told him it was okay to fucking bang, but he wasn't allowed to become emotionally attached, which, by the way, isn't something you can control 100% completely if she's got any virtues. We promised each other that we would put each other first. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? How can you put each other first when you're saying it's perfectly okay to go out and bang other people? How is that putting each other first? Right, so she did this in the hopes that she could essentially just, into infinity bang all the dudes she wanted, but it turned out, she got jealous. Gotta put a stop to this. It's having unforeseen consequences. My fiance is emotionally involved, and he started a sexual relationship. How do I confront him and make him end it? I was trying to read the last paragraph here, but it's full of grammar errors and makes no real sense. Much like what she just wrote. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. This is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Polyamory doesn't work, okay, folks? One of you is probably going to get some kind of emotional attachment with one of the other people that you're banging. Imagine that. You're continuing to date after you've already found somebody you supposedly want to spend your whole life with. Yeah. And be monogamous with, but no monogamy. No benefits of monogamy, so why stay with this person? And by the way, anybody that would let you do this and share you with other people and want to share you with other people so it can validate and justify their being with other people has no virtue, has no values, and he's likely to find someone else who does, okay? Because now you've given him the freedom to continue looking, and guess what? He might find somebody else that's better than you. Imagine that. Yeah. Anyhow, moving on. Oh, boy, listen to this. Listen to this. Okay. This can't be real. Arby's? The name of the person is Arby's, the woman. Listen to this message, and there's no picture, of course. Don't message me if you're not going to make goals and open up to me. Only message me if you plan on actually talking to me. I'm 5'2" with an attitude. I'm thick. Oh, boy. Got a problem? Swipe left. Bye. She's thick. Yeah, I got a problem. I wouldn't be swiping anyway. I wouldn't use Tinder. You kidding? To be honest, I want something real. I don't know what that means. So message me. You want real, but you're using Tinder? What are you, fucking retarded? There's nothing real on Tinder. I need that one. I need the one. Oh, and I'm a mama to be. Oh, great. Oh, great. Yeah, so not only is she thick, but she's pregnant, so she's going to get thicker because, you know, women use pregnancy as an excuse to veg out and get even fatter than they already were. Oh, boy, and they never lose the weight. Dad doesn't want our baby. Well, Dad doesn't want you, okay? Because if he has the baby, he also has to deal with you, so you're so bad, so horrible a person that he's essentially giving up any kind of custody to the kid. That's how bad you are? He'll talk to the kid in 18 years and explain everything to him or her then. Wow. Yeah, you're a real catch, honey. Oh, boy. I don't get this. And she's got a little smiley face with you know, eyes that are glossed over and tearing up to make you feel sorry for her. Hey, sweetheart, you made your bed. Now you should try lying in it, which is probably all she can do. Big, fat, pregnant woman. You know, sex with her would essentially be her just lying there. Lie in that bed, bitch, because that's all you're good for. Crazy. It's so crazy. So I'm fat. I'm short and fat, too. I'm like Gary Coleman fucking dwarf short. I'm like Hobbit short. Well, not Hobbit short. What are Hobbits? Like 4 feet tall, 3'9". But she's definitely dwarf short. 5'2", Danny DeVito short, almost. And fat and pregnant. I can be your big, well, not big. I can be your little fat pregnant dwarf wife. You should want me. I would make a wonderful companion to Danny DeVito or Gary Coleman. God rest his soul. Yeah. You should want me. You should want me. Yeah, I don't want you, honey. I can't imagine anybody wanting you, and I can see why the dad left you. Already, I don't like you just from reading this message. So entitled. And manipulative, too. Oh, boy. Yeah, but I bet there's a lot of white knights out there. It's biological, by the way, this want, this need, this feeling to save women. In some guys, it's stronger than others. Usually the ones raised by single mommies. So sad. All right, let's move on. Wow, this is so bizarre. Look at this. I'm looking at a picture here of a 20-year-old broad who looks like she's 40 wearing a diamond-studded fucking tennis bracelet and this big, gigantic fucking baby gut hanging out. She's essentially highlighting just how pregnant she is and trying to highlight her ass, which isn't horrible, but, you know, the big prego stomach kind of counters that. So it says that she's in Mexico, and she asks, where are my white guys? Wants a white guy. I wonder why. Yeah, doesn't want a Mexican man. I wonder why. I wonder why she doesn't want Pablo, who's out there trying to dig up some tubers and grubs for dinner. I want someone looking for something serious. Message me. Oh, and by the way, I'm not for fun, okay? Wow. I don't understand this. Well, I really don't get this. It just continues to bemuse me. I don't understand. What's in it for me? You're just some, you know, a prego broad having some other dude's kid. It's quite obvious, especially when you say you're not for fun, that I'm not even going to get any poon. And why would I want poon from you? You're big, fat, you're pregnant. Oh, my God. I don't get this. Men, have some self-esteem. Have some self-respect. It's clear that this woman is just looking for somebody to pay the fucking bills. She's a user. She's a user, which is probably why the daddy of the kid she's having is gone. Judging by that tennis bracelet that he probably bought her, no doubt he had money and was kind of a sugar daddy until he got her knocked up. And then he skipped down. But you could take his place. You could take his place and take care of this entitled bitch and get nothing for your trouble. Yeah, pass. Okay, so this next post is emblematic of why so many prima donna, spoiled brat women are single. Listen to this. She says, I'm a queen. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Any woman who calls herself a princess or a queen, run. So about Alexandra. So she starts off by saying, I'll just get to the point. I'm gone. I would already stop reading and move on. Don't approach me with a hey, hi, what's up, what it do, etc. No greetings. So what am I supposed to say? Be original, she says, or it gets deleted. So I gotta sit here thinking of some kind of original greeting that you've never heard before. Fuck you. Fuck off, bitch. Don't waste my time if you just want sex, because you probably can't even satisfy me. She's probably a fat broad. Yeah, she didn't get satisfied by eating all that fucking Haagen-Dazs, so of course your cock ain't gonna do it. Nothing will do it. She's an abyss. An abyss. Bottomless. No filling that. I'm not looking for... by the way, I bet you that's the case. There's no filling that. I'm not looking for anything serious as of now. Okay. But I'm willing to work towards something if I feel it can prosper. Do you feel anything, sweetheart? I question whether or not you have emotion. I'm a queen. She's fat. Women that call themselves queens are usually fat pigs, right? The princesses are generally the skinnier broads, but you want to avoid both. And should be treated as such. Of course, she says as so. Yeah. So she can't write for shit. Her grammar's bad. She's made the wrong word choices here. This will be pertinent later on. If you aren't the spoiling, loving, you're my world romantic time, bye. I think she meant to write type, but I don't think that could be a typo because, you know, the I is not that close to the Y and the M is nowhere near the P, so yeah. Her writing sucks. Again, that'll be important for later. She goes on to say, I love to laugh and do fun things. Uh-huh. So what? The fuck do I care? What does this mean? Everybody loves to do fun things. So just some generic explanations of herself. I also love getting dolled up and going places just as much as being barefaced and staying at home. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what that tells me about you. Why are you telling me this? That's just... tells me nothing. I've lost my patience for bullshit. I don't know what that means, but you sound like a bitch. You sound like a bitch. And quite frankly, I'm tired of wasting my time. Uh-huh. So you're wasting your time. You're not wasting anybody else's time, right? Because you're a cunt. So she goes on to say, you have 0.03 chances. Sorry, but not really. Wow. She's a cunt. So she's a bitch. Entitled cunt. She goes on to say, I have my own car and a good job. Good for you. Guess how much men care about that stuff? 0. If you don't have your own things, bye. She wrote Tor, not your. T is next to the Y. I guess that could be a typo. Although it's pretty interesting how she talks about not having patience for people's bullshit or nonsense, but she doesn't even have the time, the patience, the discipline, the simple consideration of others to edit her own friggin' post. So she holds you to a higher standard than she holds herself. That tells me all I need to know. So I'm not babysitting, and I'm damn sure not taking care of you. Babysitting? What? Has she dated men with kids? Oh, boy. Wow. Yeah. Not taking care of me? Then what good are you? What good are you? I mean, what purpose do you serve then, sweetheart? I love to eat, which means, yes, I can cook. Oh, boy. Yeah, I told you she was fat, didn't I? I speak some Spanish. Oh, Alexandra. Okay, so, yeah, she's probably Mexican. Oh, yikes. Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez. This could be AOC. Maybe this is AOC. Yeah, maybe she's posted on the down low because she can't get any cock. Although apparently she has a white boyfriend, from what I understand. Yeah, some loser that's sponging off her. She had some campaign funds redirected to him via some, dummy corporation or some kind of a bullshit, what was it, PAC or something that he supposedly did some consulting for. Got him $3,000. Oh my God, sounds like a real winner. Sounds like a winner sponging off his girlfriend. Yeah. So she says she can not only speak Spanish, but some French. And she says she is sapiosexual. Sapiosexual? What the fuck is that? I know Homo sapiens, sapiens. What does that mean? She's into banging monkeys? I don't know what the fuck that means. What does that mean, sapiosexual? What the fuck? Her favorite colors, blue, birthday cake, ice cream is my fave. Oh, boy. So she likes cake and ice cream. Why am I suddenly seeing an image of Tess Holliday? So now I'm kind of seeing a picture in my head of a Latino Tess Holliday. Oh, my God. Pass. She goes on to say, I switch moods like my clothes. I would guess that what you call switching clothes is more like tearing them and needing to put on a new set. Because like all fat women, you generally speaking, buy clothes that are too small for you because you don't want to face the fact that you're so goddamn fat. You ever notice that? Like how broads will buy shoes that are too small because they want to think they have smaller feet. She probably buys clothes that are too small and they're constantly ripping. Yeah, you switch moods like you switch clothes. Yeah, you need to switch clothes, honey. If you're younger than me, bye. And by the way, she doesn't say her age. I don't know. She really didn't tell you very much or anything about herself, but she lets you know what she wants in you. So I'm not going to tell you anything about me because I'm so great, I'm so wonderful that I don't really need to put myself out there for you to judge and or reject. Of course not. By the way, anybody heard about this new Tinder? The new Tinder height verification? I find this just it's ridiculous. So now ladies can essentially ask you how tall you are. You have to verify your height. In fact, they make you take a picture, and then something about the camera is able to judge whether or not you're being honest about your height by looking at the background. And if you put in the wrong height, it'll go and flash red, and you got to put in the real height. Unbelievable! Where is something for men in regards to women's weight? Because we all know that these women use way out-of-date fucking pictures. They like take pictures of themselves when they were fucking 13 years old, the last time they were thin. And then they send you that as some kind of fucking recent picture. This is me! Ooh, you're so thin! And then you meet her and it's like Shallow Hal. Right? Remember Gwyneth Paltrow in that Shallow Hal in that big fat suit? And he sees her as some kind of thin creature. You know, that movie that was essentially pandering to all the fat broads, you know. The delusion, the fantasy, the make-believe world that these women live in, what they actually want to be true as opposed to what is true. You know, fat women want men to judge them not based on their looks, but on their inner beauty. Well, I can't see anything inside you, honey. Too much fat in the way, you know. That would have to be one powerful fucking MRI to get through all that insulation, sweetheart. There is no inner beauty, okay? I look inside you, what do I see? Cake and ice cream. It's great. So just listen to these requirements this bitch has. It's hilarious. No car or job? Bye. Well, cannot speak in coherent sentences that actually sound intellectual? Bye. Now, did you listen to this broad's post? And by the way, I'm looking at it. I mean, it's loaded with grammatical and punctuation and spelling errors. She cannot communicate in any way, shape, or form in coherent fucking sentences. She's far from intellectual. This broad's maybe got an 80, 85 IQ. Yet she is saying that you have to be intellectual. By the way, I don't think she would recognize intellectual if she heard it or saw it. I mean, she's a moron. If you're under 8 inches, bye. What? Oh, my God. Oh, it's great. Wow. This is one really disgusting pig of a woman. Shorter than 5'8"? Bye. Can't take a joke? Bye. Oh, can't take a joke. So she's a cunt. She's a cunt. She's a shamer. She likes to insult men and then call it jokes. Sure, she has nothing more than vitriol and bitterness and resentment and perhaps even hate for men. And she expresses that in what she calls, quote unquote, jokes. And if you have a problem with that, bye. If you can't cook, bye. What do you mean if I can't cook? You can cook. You big fat pig. Do your own cooking. What do you need me to cook for? Wow, talk about entitled. Don't like feet? Bye. What? Don't like feet? What the fuck? Don't want to spoil me? Bye. Oh my God. You're a liar? Bye. Bad communicator? Bye. Doesn't listen and retain information? Bye. Doesn't like to travel? Bye. No sense of humor? Bye. Okay, that's a little redundant, okay? You already said that one, didn't you? Can't take a joke. No sense of humor. Kind of the same thing, sort of. But she's doubling down on that one. No sense of humor, so she's a real bitch. So now we know that she's doubly mean, doubly bitter and resentful and hateful towards men, and is probably constantly throwing out little snarky barbs, and you're just supposed to laugh them off. Must like animals. I have 4. You didn't eat them yet? I'm hungry. Where's that fucking KFC I ordered? Oh, Whiskers here's looking pretty good. I'm going to chop his fucking head off and cook him up in the oven. I'm surprised you haven't eaten those pets yet. Can't bring anything beneficial to the relationship? Bye. Well, what do you bring? If you read this thank you, if you skim through it, then that means you're lazy and probably are in bed, so bye. It's interesting how she makes these very, very, very specific assessments of what you must be doing. Almost as if she's projecting. So my guess is she spends a lot of time in bed because she's probably a partial shut-in. And when she does go out all dolled up in public, it's just to go to Walmart on her little GoPro 4-wheeled scooter because she's too goddamn fat to walk on her own steam. Interesting. You guys out there waking up yet to the nature of the modern Western woman? If not, this should have done the trick. Wow, this is amazing. The level of entitlement is wacko. Can't cook, bye. So if you don't like feet, can't cook, can't take a joke, you're shorter than 5'8", don't have at least an 8-inch cock, which, by the way, even if you do have a long cock, it could be a swizzle stick. So I would think she would want girth more, or at least both, length and girth. I guess she figured that would be asking for too much. Yeah, because she doesn't ask for too much. Or if you can't speak in coherent sentences like her, right? And you have no car, and you're younger than her, and a liar and a bad communicator like her. Doesn't listen like her. Doesn't like to travel. No sense of humor. She didn't have a sense of humor either. I don't see anything funny here. Well, it is actually very funny, but unintentionally so. Can't bring anything beneficial like her. So a lot of what she's saying here in regards to what she doesn't want in a man is actually what she is as a woman. So she wants a man that has virtues that she doesn't have. That's great. Great. Talk about entitlement. I don't bring any of this to the table, but you absolutely positively have to bring all this stuff to the table. There'll be no quid pro quo, no give and take, because I have nothing whatsoever to give. But I'm going to take everything from you, and you'll get nothing back. Aren't I a great catch? Sapiosexual. I bang monkeys. You should want me. The only thing that could have been worse is if she said she was pansexual, which would mean she may or may not enjoy banging toasters. Sapiosexual, pansexual. Oh, God. What a freak this woman is, and not in a good way. Anybody out there interested? Yeah. No. God damn. All right, I think that's it for this episode of Stupid Shit People Say, the Female Solipsism Edition. Please let me know what you think in the comments section, and please like and subscribe to my channel. And if you enjoy my content and the red pills that I throw out there for everybody to disseminate and listen to and learn from, please consider donating to my channel at therealistphilosopher.com/donate. That is therealistphilosopher.com/donate. If you're a fan of my content, if you're a regular listener and you can afford to donate, then you probably should, because you are partaking. So if you can afford to pay something for that which you are partaking of, I believe you should. And it's also very helpful to me because it will allow me to make more content to spread the word. And that's it. I'm the Realist Philosopher, and I wish you a good day. Take care.